Live from the world's capital markets, here are the latest financial headlines brought to you by AAFX Trading.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. Our morning outlook will focus on the dollar-yen, recent developments, and the potential impact on the markets. Let's hear from Greg in our trading room.
The dollar-yen pair traded sideways in the last session. The MACD is giving a positive signal. The pound-dollar price remained largely unchanged in the last session. According to the CCI, we are in an oversold market. The Bitcoin-dollar pair traded sideways in the last session. The MACD is giving a negative signal. The oil-dollar pair traded sideways in the last session. The MACD is giving a negative signal.
Moving on to world financial news.
The International Monetary Fund urged Asian central banks to focus on domestic inflation and avoid tying their policy decisions too closely to anticipated moves by the US Federal Reserve. Receding expectations for a near-term interest rate cut by the US Central Bank have fed steady dollar gains that have pushed down some Asian currencies. Next week's earnings reports from some of the market's biggest technology and growth companies could prove an important test for the US stock rally, which has flagged as expectations for interest rate cuts fade. Tesla, Meta, Alphabet and Microsoft are all set to report next week. The Nasdaq and the S&P 500 ended lower on Friday as Netflix shares weighed, but American Express kept the Dow afloat after quarterly earnings from both companies, while growing pessimism that the Federal Reserve would cut interest rates soon also dented sentiment.
Thank you. Coming up, our chief analyst's review of today's most interesting economic events.
The US Chicago Fed National Activity Index will be released at 12:30 GMT. The US 3-month bill auction at 15:30 GMT. The US 6-month bill auction at 15:30 GMT. The Eurozone's consumer confidence will be released at 14 GMT. Germany's German Buber monthly report at 10 GMT. The Dutch consumer confidence adjusted at 4:30 GMT.
We hope that you've enjoyed today's market outlook. On behalf of all of us here, we wish you a productive trading day.